As of today, Pooh Shiesty has court Friday, but I want to knock out two birds with one stone. So as y'all can see right here, you see the electronic order before the court, and that was on 4/29/2026. Upon review, the motions granted attorneys Bradford Cohen and Sam Zangini. I can't remember why I messed up. They terminated as counsel of record, and attorneys Kent Schaefer and Dan Cowdell and attorney J. Anthony Oso are substituted as counsel of the record for defendant Latrell Williams Jr. And I'm going to explain to y'all actually why that man Bradford Cohen is off the case. Y'all going to be shocked by this because the original reason is not the truth. I know the real reason. So then you have 5/5, that's today. Electronic notice of hearing as to Latrell Williams Jr. arraignment set for 5/8/2026, 10 a.m. before Magistrate Judge David L. Horan. Not it's Taco Tuesday, it's Cinco de Mayo, man. Hey, not just 5, we say double it up. Hey, we put 10 in there. Hit that QR code or tap that link in the description real quick, man. Yeah, that QR code, right. That's free cash, it's Setty Nash. All you got to do is play some games and you're going to see the rewards, man. They talking about they could give it straight to your account, or if you want, they got PayPal for you, gift cards and all that. You know, Mother Day is coming up too. But if you go a little too crazy at the fiesta, if you go a little too much local way, we got some fatty up out of your way. You know what I mean? Click right there or tap the link in the description. So just like the dad, if y'all remember and y'all recall the video we posted on Saturday, I want to say it was, where Pooh Shiesty's dad basically entered a plea of not guilty. This is Pooh Shiesty's time to actually do it. And this is where you find out charges, more charges, if possible, that are against Pooh Shiesty. He'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. Now, it would 100% throw me smooth the hell off if he pleaded guilty, because that would be pretty dumb. But let's understand what's really going on here. We're not seeing what we're supposed to see. Bradford Cohen and Pooh Shiesty and back in the feds, #2, and Brad Cohen can make that deal happen, because remember when he went on Law and Crime and he did this?
Suppose one exists. That's that part of it. Then the interesting part about, hey, am I really having my watches stolen? That's kind of a weird statement to be made between these individuals. And then what I think also is really important is the sloppiness of the complaint. At the beginning of the complaint, if you read, it says, this robbery occurred at approximately 4:50 p.m. at this address. Then later on in the complaint, it says they all left at 4:48 p.m. at this address. So even the sloppiness of the complaint is quite shocking when it comes to someone who's getting charged with a life felony. That's just one mistake that was made in that complaint. There's others that were made and contradictions that happened during that complaint that were very unusual. But there's also another part where they say that Latrell Pooh held this gun to somebody's head and said all these different things. And then there's another part of the complaint that says, actually, he told one guy, hey, put your gun down, don't shoot this guy, or something like that. So there's a lot of contradicting statements that were made within the complaint, not to mention how sloppy the complaint was put together. And during the bond hearing, I think very smartly, they had the FBI agent that actually wrote that complaint. She's only been an FBI agent for 3 years. They had her in the courtroom, but they didn't want to put her on the stand to be cross-examined. They put another FBI agent who was like a 16-year FBI agent. They put her on the stand to testify as to what the other FBI agent wrote in her complaint. The whole thing was quite unusual. And like I said, it's weird that they would do this without an indictment and just a complaint, but I have my suspicions as to why.
That was pretty good, but what ends up happening is there starts to be inner turmoil because Pooh Shiesty's camp actually does not like what the hell Bradford Cohen is doing. They didn't like the time when he came out there to the court, from the courtroom to the TVs and all this shit. Me personally, I would have preferred my goddamn lawyer to do this, but he decided to do it and he didn't really have anybody's approval. I'm not saying he needed it, because the feds didn't need anybody's approval when they decided to say that Pooh Shiesty is guilty as hell. But This interview, this part of the interview is what actually got him booted off the case.
Apparent movements near the crime scene, and I believe they say that the ankle monitor was used to track him and Williams Sr. to a Staples, and the allegation was there that they went to a Staples early in the day to print off that agreement, to print off the contractual release paperwork that they say they were forcing RD to later sign. And the feds also claim that the surveillance video and the GPS data, they put them there. So talk to me about the ankle monitor.
Sure. First, let me just address the Staples thing. Like, I don't even care if they're at Staples. Like, they're going to a recording studio, and normally my clients usually print off the lyrics for different individuals. If you have 5 individuals that are going to be on one record and they each have a section or a part, they'll usually print those things off. So I really didn't care about the Staples thing. The electronic monitor, again, people will tell me, oh, we have this data. This is the data that we have. And then when I get it, it's typically not what they represent. Now, I don't know. It could be exactly what they represent. And if it is, then we'll deal with it. Then, then we don't say a certain defense of, oh, well, he wasn't there or he was in the area or whatever it is. We have to create the defense and create a way to make sure that they're held to their burden, the government. So it doesn't matter what they say, it's matter what they have. So
But
yes,
he was
if they
wearing
have
it.
that,
Was he wearing a monitor? Do you know?
yes, he was wearing an electronic monitor. And if they have the data and the data is accurate, then we deal with that. But I don't know if that's the case. I had a murder case that I got dismissed that was in Tampa where they're like, hey, this phone, it puts him right at the scene at the time of the shooting. Then I get the data. It puts him within 350 yards of the scene somewhere near the time of the shooting. So it's like, it's always some little twist on what they say and what I get. There's usually a difference. Now, I don't know if that's the case here. It might not be. So I have to see what the actual evidence is first, and then I'll deal with it.
And I believe that people are actually taking Big 30's, dare I say, positive spirit and all of this stuff because I still can't find where the hell he pled not guilty at. My team has been searching and searching and searching and searching. They like, all we found is Pooh Shiesty's daddy stuff, but we never found Big 30 stuff. I'm assuming it's because he put out this video.
Hell nah. Where's he grooving?
Come on, man. You know what the going on. Free you till we see you.
So damn stupid. I ain't got shit for you, bro.
Hey, come on, man. The bond ain't nothing. We all.
So here's the thing. Pooh Shiesty went with the other attorneys. They're actually not broke. So let me clear and fix that one up. I'm thinking he's broke because here's the thing. When a client fires you, they don't have to put the reason why. When a lawyer quits, they have to put the reason why. And they would say he's indigent or something like that to that effect. But they didn't. They had a disagreement. And I'm going to be honest with you, Pooh, you should have went from Bradford Cohen. And I despise Bradford Cohen. I don't like Bradford Cohen. But even if I don't like somebody, and some of y'all know the reason why me and him, we had a back and forth and it got pretty interesting. I won't reveal the details of that conversation, but he can if he wants to. He had my free reign to do so. But here's the thing. Sometimes going what you know to the party, you know what it is. The way Bradford Cohen was speaking and what he's shown shows that the feds aren't ready. We should get on up like a goddamn horse and get on down the road. But for some odd-ass reason, Pooh Shiesty is under this illusion of, oh, you don't like what he did. You don't like what he did. Bruh, the fact that he did that absolutely casts doubt where people think you are 100% guilty. See, a lawyer's mouthpiece is everything, not just in the court, but in the court of public opinion as well. So when Bradford Cohen spoke, he actually gave you a bit of hope. You let him go because of what? Exactly, bro, because you didn't like what he was doing. He was saving you. And now when you find out that these other lawyers, big wigs and all that and everything, and I'm not doubting them or anything like that, but I know how Bradford Cohen works and I understand what he was doing. And the fact you can't tells me just like when you went to that goddamn studio, allegedly, you're not thinking. But we shall see. This is going to be a very interesting thing because if nobody shows to the damn courtroom and all this shit, and all they got is these statements and all this shit, bro, the feds lose the case. So if I'm Pooh Shiesty, I'm praying like this and put my hands up in every single prayer that I can put up and pray to whatever God gonna give me out. Because if they show up and they testify and do their thing, it's a wrap. You can kiss Pooh Shiesty goodbye for the next 20 years. Now, if he come out rapping and shit like that, maybe he'll have a career close and similar to a BG, maybe. But more than likely, your daddy gonna die in prison. Big 30, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about him. You gotta worry about the lower tier cats that you sent back on the freaking Greyhound and hope that they don't tell. I don't know if you're gonna be that strong, brother man, but we shall see. Because what the feds have to do, they have to prove what everybody did in that freaking studio. They even had to prove that certain people was there. If I'm certain individuals, I'm saying I wasn't there, and where the hell is the proof? That ain't me. That ain't my phone. You got to prove that. See, it's on the feds to prove the case. It's not on Pooh Shiesty and his team. So we shall see. Subscribe, turn on bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. 15K away from these two things. Giveaway. Last giveaway. So make sure you comment on every video, like every video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Click right here to see the verdict that everybody was going to call, but how day 2 was the worst day for the dang witness who was accusing Stefan Diggs of the worst. Click right here for that video, or right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one.